I think the industry has a lot of the same growing pains as kind of other freelance or gig economy type work. So it's a bit unreliable for the brands and the influencers, but it's kind of maintaining that creative and editorial freedom, which is the value of that authenticity. So my prediction is that's going to really spur continued growth of platforms to help connect both parties, particularly around the sort of tricky business of figuring what the other party wants, understanding each other's needs and goals. So I think it's in everyone's interest to connect, share briefs, agree goals, outputs, and even payment really quickly and in one place. So without platforms removing that friction point, I think the industry is going to struggle to scale.
I expect B2B influencer marketing to move further towards integrated advocacy, with influencers, customers and employees working much more collaboratively on content. As a result, we'll see integrated advocacy becoming the primary driver of organic social reach for B2B brands.
Too many influencer marketing programs ask influencers to create and share content tactically. I believe that in 2020, influencer marketing programs are going to be held accountable to delivering the kinds of business results that the rest of marketing is held accountable to: organic reach, content engagement, even conversion to leads and sales.
Brands and companies and influencers will focus on a long-term collaboration with a human approach.
Influencer marketing in 2020 will be all about collaboration between brands, collaboration between influencers, focusing on what is relevant for the audience and the relevance of the influencers and the brands.
Brands are spending more money on this, so it's time to add influencer relationship management to your LinkedIn skills. It's time to ask your boss for a budget. It's time to get serious about the tools and the investment and the commitment to these tactics. So 2020, influencer marketing is just waking up and having breakfast. We got a long way to go yet with this channel.
Long-term partnerships between companies and influencers to enable the creation of value-driven content will be more crucial in 2020.
The shift of business to business, so B2B companies in their marketing, in their recognition that their clients and customers are on social media now. So what they're going to do is that they're going to make a switch of their budgets away from conferences and events, so classic top of funnel desire creation events, into influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing in 2019 was a last-minute ad hoc planned activity at technology events and conferences. And due to success, most companies plan it as a strategic marketing activity and budget in 2020. And this results in annual influencer event planning versus this last-minute ad hoc planning.
I think we'll see more companies investing in their employees to become experts and influencers online.
The word influencer is going to be used less and less due to the negative connotations of the word. In the B2C industry, the word that is being used instead is creator, and the industry seems happy with this. But in the B2B space, there's no kind of agreement on what word should be used, as it's a different paradigm to B2C creators. I predict that in 2020, the B2B industry will instead start to agree on some new terms, and that roles and personas will be used instead to help separate the different types of activity and strategy.
We've got to break free of boring B2B, influencer marketing that is. People are done with white papers and ebooks and blog posts. They want to be infotained. They want to have an experience with video, with audio, with interactive experiences, even virtual reality. And we're going to see a lot more of all of that with B2B influencer marketing in 2020.
I think you can expect some ASA rulings focusing on long-term partnerships and where disclosures are needed for long-term collaborations. The CMA are looking at platforms, so expect some guidance on the platform requirements for helping and assisting with disclosure. FTC over in America, I think we need some extra guidance on COPPA, YouTube, and how this affects all of those brands that are promoting to children. So expect some guidance on that. That's what I think.
At Google Cloud, we are working with influencers in a different way. Influencers, just like brands, really struggle to get a lot of organic reach. So we are working with influencers to create great content, to use their skills in storytelling, to help add to what we're trying to say to our audience. And then we're using paid media to make sure that messaging reaches that audience.
Number one is alignment. Brands are going to look much more carefully at influencers and look to find influencers whose values align with their own. As they do this, they're going to want to build relationships with those influencers, and therefore campaigns and programs will be longer term in nature. The second thing is that brands are going to figure out pretty quickly that the sweet spot with influencer marketing is not taking a broad approach with it, but taking an ABM or account-based marketing approach with it.
B2B influencer marketing will finally get the respect it deserves and be covered in the media, because we know that B2B marketing is a lot more difficult, requires a lot more thinking and analytics and strategy than our brothers and sisters in consumer marketing. Although it's just as important, it just requires different thought process and again, more data. So that's my prediction, and I hope it comes to fruition.
As you build your influencer marketing strategy in 2020, it's critical that you think broadly about the types of influencers to engage. You want an integrated mix. Think macro influencers, micro influencers, nano influencers, subject matter experts, curators, engagers, and unique content creators. And don't forget your employee advocates. It's that integrated mix and ecosystem that you are able to bring together around your brand that will enable you to get in front of the audiences you seek to engage with and maximize your ROI.
In 2020, I think influencer marketing is going to professionalize as a category. That means it's going to become much more business as usual, and senior management are going to start demanding results from their program managers on how influencer marketing is contributing to business outcomes. I also think that there will be a rise of thought leadership importance, and the brands that develop topical communities, both with internal employees and external influencers, and help develop their expertise and profile, will create the most inspiring content, which in return will give the brands access to their target audiences and drive their credibility, awareness and trust.